Hello, everybody. This is Miss Peachy from physics class, and I just wanted to walk you through your portfolio on forces and Newton's laws. So that's the one that you'll be doing this week here. So first of all, let me take you to the physics website because that's where you're going to find all the information. It's just loading, I think. There we go. Slow computer. So I'm putting the video up right now, but the actual sheet that you'll need to complete is found on the website. And if you scroll down here, it says Lab 3, Forces and Newton's Laws. So you can open that, and when you do open it, it kind of looks like this. And what you can do here is you can either download it, which will download to your computer as a Microsoft Word file, or you can open it with Google Docs. And when you open it with Google Docs, it opens here. And of course, since this is not an editable version, you have to then file, make a copy, and then you can edit the copy of the document. At the end of the day, when you're finished editing it and getting all your information in there, you still then need to download it as a Microsoft Word file to your computer, save it to your flash drive or save it to your desktop or something. And then you can upload that file to the Dropbox for school. So the one you actually upload to me should be in Microsoft Word. That's what I ask of you. And it's easy enough to get there, even if you don't have Word on your computer. You can use Google Docs to do all the work, and then you can download it as a Word file. Okay, so you're going to go to another one of our PhET sims. And I have that open already here somewhere. So let me open that up. And you're going to just click on this. It should open. Click the play button. Okay, so now it's opening. It's always much slower at home than it is at school. All right, so you're going to choose the second one here, motion. So you're going to start off using motion, and then halfway through, you're going to use friction. We're going to use motion. Then you'll see a crash test dummy, kind of a skateboard, and a crate here. So you're going to start off according to our directions, which let me bring that up here for a moment. It says you are going to apply a force of 50 newtons to the right of the box and describe the motion of the box using physics terms. And then it says refer to the speedometer in your answer. So when I do open this up, you'll notice that speed isn't checked. So you have to have speed and force checked, and then you have a little speedometer that shows up on the screen. When you apply a force, you can use the slider, but I feel like it's just easier to use these here because these go by even intervals. So I can go to 50, and you can watch the speedometer. He's constantly applying a force. So there's a constant force of 50 newtons being applied. Okay, so you're watching that, and you're describing what's going on using physics terms such as force and acceleration and velocity and displacement, using those types of terms to describe the motion of what's happening here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and just stop this for now. So one of the other things you need to do on this is it's pretty clear. I think you're doing similar things to that. When you reset the scenario, you always have to go back and then check speed again to see that speedometer. And then it's going to ask you at some point here, I think it's in the part 2, to time how long it takes to get to max speed. You don't have a timer as part of this. So you need to use an external timepiece like a stopwatch, or your phone, has a timer on it. So you just need to have a timer. And for that one, let me bring up the document again to kind of show you. It says reset the sim, remove the box, place a garbage can on top of the skateboard, measure the amount of time it takes to reach max speed using a force of 50 newtons. Okay, so you're going to, put the garbage can on top of the skateboard, and then go to 50 newtons and hit your timer at the same time. And then once it reaches max speed, once that speedometer maxes out, stop your timer and record the time it took to reach max speed. And you'll do this for 100 and 200 newtons as well. So for these two sets of data, you'll need to have that external timepiece to be able to use it. Don't forget that there's a summary for each one of these sections. Every time there's a question you need to answer, I've highlighted it in yellow so that you can see that you have a question to answer. Then for part 3, you're going to use frictions effects, because up till now there's been no friction in your system at all. So here we're going to go to the next step in the sim. You're going to use friction. It looks very much the same when you click on this. But now you've got the option of including friction. Otherwise, you probably didn't even notice it changed very much at all. So for this one, it says set the friction to none. Notice how the screen changed. Why do you think the app designers did that? So let's look at that here for a moment. When I set the friction to none, look what happens to the app. So kind of brainstorm as to why you think they may have changed this to make it look this way. Okay. And then let me go back and forth here between these screens. It says make sure that only the speed box is checked. Apply a force to get the box to about half of its maximum speed, and then remove the force. While the box is moving, move the friction slider to halfway. What happened to the box? Okay. And it says reset the friction app. Make sure force and speed are checked. And now you're going to apply forces of different magnitudes and describe the movement of the box. Check the box that says sum of forces. Repeat the procedures A, B, and C and what was different about it. So the rest of these I feel like are, pretty self-explanatory. You guys just need to read the directions and kind of follow what to do for that particular section. Not too complicated for you all in physics here. But I just wanted to make sure that you kind of understood which parts of the app that we were using and kind of how to make some of the changes. These are all kind of click and drag things. When you need to add that garbage can and stuff, that's how you do it. You just click and drag it and kind of keep your dummy the same. It's easy enough to throw a guy out there and place it that, well, he's going to be sliding, I guess. But yeah, just kind of follow the directions pretty closely. It's pretty straightforward. Save that and you can upload it to the Dropbox, and that is your lab number 3 for physics this year. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day.